Hi everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Black and White and Neutral DIY and Decor projects. My name is Hiedi Scott. This is DIY Dreaming with Hiedi Scott, and today I have some really fun stuff to show you. So we're going to stay in the kitchen, but we're going to change our medium. In episode 1, I talked all about stuff you can do with burlap. Today, I want to show you the magic of using drop cloths. Yep, regular painter's drop cloths from your local hardware store. So, let me just tell you a little bit about it. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your hardware store and you're going to pick out a drop cloth, and they do come in sort of different colorations, like some are more ivory, some have more of this gray tone, and you can choose the size you want. You probably don't need a huge one. You're going to come, when you choose it, you're going to notice that it's kind of stiff and a little scratchy, and you're going to probably think, no way in the world would I want to put this on my kitchen table. But I promise you'll love it. Throw it in the wash on warm, and you can use some fabric softener if you would like, or I've been told that you can use a cup of white vinegar in your wash, and that will help with it softening. And then you're going to throw it in the dryer and get it good and dry, and then fold it up neatly. So let me tell you the mistake that I made when I first started making things out of drop cloth. The first time I made them, I made the mistake of cutting my fabric into the sizes that I wanted and then washing it. Well, what I got was a huge mess and all kinds of tangles in my drop cloth, and I ended up having to pretty much recut everything all over again. So I recommend that you just wash the whole thing all at once. Don't take the hem off of it, and then measure the size that you're going to want for your different pieces, and cut it out after it's been washed and dried. And then the fun part, it happens. If you can try to cut along the lines of where the threads run across and up and down, it'll be much easier to pull the strings. But basically, I mean, that's kind of hard to do. So sometimes you might be a little bit off, and you can trim up your fringe when you're done if it's not exactly straight. But let me show you what I'm talking about. You'll notice that at the end there's these little individual strings. I've just started one right here. And all you're going to do is basically pull it out, and that's how you make your fringe bigger. And I like my fringe about this size. I don't know what that would be, half an inch, maybe a teeny bit bigger. Okay, so after you have pulled the fringe to get your pieces that you want, you can do a long, not centerpiece, oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. You can do placemats, you can do napkin size, you could do table runners, that's what I wanted to say. You could even do these as dish towels or towels for your hands in the kitchen. So after you've cut it and fringed it, then I recommend that you take it and run a hot iron over it, because when you stencil these, the stencil works so much better if the fabric is pretty smooth. Okay, so to do this one, this placemat, I'm going to show you what I used. I used this stencil from a maker's studio that says, "For this child I have prayed, and the Lord has granted the desires of my heart." 1 Samuel 1:27. It's a lovely stencil, but this part isn't really applicable to my project. I love this wreath that goes around it though. So you can just use different little parts of the stencil. You don't have to use the whole entire thing. You're going to remove it from its backing, lay it on your piece of drop cloth, figure out you know, what is pretty much the center. And then this stuff is magic. This is called a Maker Studio Gel Art ink. And this is black. And you're just gonna squeeze a little bit out on these spreaders, which come big, and I cut them into 3 or 4 pieces. You're gonna squeeze it out like toothpaste, and you're literally just gonna be pushing it through the holes onto your drop cloth. Every now and again, I will lift up the corner and take a little tiny peek to see, am I using enough pressure? Am I using enough gel ink? Is there an area that I missed? And then I'll put it back down. I won't lift the whole thing up. I'll just lift up a little corner, you know, to check here, 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 here. And then I'll continue. And then you're just gonna remove your stencil and throw it in the sink. These are super easy to clean off, especially with this magic stuff, this gel art ink. It comes off so easy. You're just gonna throw it in your sink, spray cool water over it, lay it on your counter, upside down so the sticky side is up, and let it dry. Okay, and then once this wreath, this lovely wreath, was dry on my placemat, I decided that I wanted to put the queen bee in the center. And I apologize, my stencils look, this one anyways, looks really terrible. But you know what? It's only because I have loved this stencil and I have used it so much. And if you take good care of these, they can get looking ugly like this, but they last forever. Well, not really forever, but like 25, 30, 35 times even. So I just basically laid the bee in the center, did the same thing with the gel ink. That was the same process for my little napkin. And I also want to show you my fabulous table runner. It has this stencil on it that says home, and this is the cutest stencil ever. Anyways, I cut it long enough so it covers the whole entire table. When these are done, when they're dry, about 2 hours, 2-3 hours, you're just gonna run a hot iron over it. That will heat set it, and you will be good to go. I don't know that I would actually wash any of these items except for the napkins, because you're going to get more and more fray every time. And they're so inexpensive, honestly. Once you get them stained or spill something on them, you can just toss them and make a new one. And they're quick to make, inexpensive, super easy, no artistic abilities required. So I hope that you have liked this idea of using drop cloths for your medium to make some awesome black and white and neutral DIY and decor projects for your home. That's a lot to say. So I hope that you will tune in for episode 3 and episode 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And I have so many fun ideas that I can't wait to show you. Oh, by the way, I would love it if you would share this with your friends, any family or friends that you have that are creative or crafty or love to do projects. That would be awesome if you would share it. Okay, so until next time, have a great day and thanks for watching.